Hello friends, today we will see about the Ampere's circuital law. But before moving on the Ampere's circuital law, Ampere's circuital law is relates with what? So the answer is Ampere's circuital law is relate with the magnetostatics. In electrostatics, the Gauss law is useful to obtain the E bar in case of complex problems. Similarly, in magnetostatics, the complex problem can be solved using a law called Ampere's circuital law. The another name of Ampere's circuital law is Ampere's work law. Now the statement of Ampere's circuital law. So what is the statement of Ampere's circuital law? The Ampere's circuital law states that the line integral of magnetic field intensity h bar around a closed path is exactly equal to the direct current enclosed by that path. So if we want to represent it mathematically, then what is the mathematical equation of Ampere's circuital law? Again, I am repeating the statement. What statement says that the line integral of magnetic field intensity h bar. So the line integral of magnetic field intensity h bar around a closed path, so this one is indicating the closed path, is exactly equal to the direct current enclosed by that path. So it is I. So this one is the mathematical expression of Ampere's circuital law. Now we will see the proof of Ampere's circuital law. We will see the proof of Ampere's circuital law. So before going to the proof, let us consider this figure. So consider a long straight conductor carrying the current I. Placed along this z-axis. As shown in figure. Consider a closed circular path of radius r. Which encloses the straight conductor carrying direct current I. The point P is at the perpendicular distance r from the conductor. The next consideration is that consider this dl bar at point P which is in the a phi direction. Now this a phi is what? That is the normal to the point P. Okay, if we consider point P over here, then this one is the normal to the point P. If we consider point P over here, then this one is the normal to the point P. But why it is phi only? Why there is no theta? Why it is phi only? Why there is no theta? Means that why we can write only a phi? Why not a theta? The answer is that if you want to find the normal of the particular any point on the circular path, if you want to find the normal on any point of circular path, then you have to find that normal on that particular path only. You have to first reach that point, and after that you can find the normal of that point. So what it means, if you want to find the normal, then first you have to reach that particular point, then and then only you can find the normal. So direction of normal on each and every point of a circular path is different. So you have to move 360 degree to find the normal on each and every point. That's why you have to use phi over here, because the phi holds the limit of 0 to 2 pi. Now starting with dl bar, what I explained earlier, that is the consider dl bar at point P, which is in the phi direction, so ultimately your dl bar is connected with what? Your point P, and your point P is connected with what? Your point P is connected with this R, and this a phi. Your point P is connected with this R and this a phi. But in this, your R is constant, because if you take R over here, the answer is same. If you take R over here, the answer is same. If you take R over here, the answer is same. But your a phi changes with each and every point. So what you can write over here? You can write over here is what? DL is connected with point P, and your point P is connected with what? Your point P is connected with R and a phi. In that, your R is fixed, but a phi is varies with respect to points. So it is a phi d phi. Clear up to here? Okay. Now from Biot-Savart law, what you obtain the equation for h bar? From the Biot-Savart law, the equation of h bar is what? I upon 2 pi r into a phi bar. This equation is from what? From Biot-Savart law. So therefore, what you want over here? You want h bar into dl bar. So what is the equation for h bar into dl bar? The equation is that is I upon 2 pi r a phi bar into r a phi bar over here, a phi bar d phi. Okay, again a phi is what? 1. A phi is what? 1. This r is to be cancelled. Therefore h bar into dl bar is what? I upon 2 pi d phi. But what you have to do? You have to integrate this h bar into dl bar with respect to closed surface. So what over here? Integration of h bar into dl bar is equals to integration. Okay, what limit over here? You integrate with respect to phi. So limit is what? Phi. And what is the limit of phi? That is 0 to 2 pi. So it is I upon 2 pi d phi. But this I upon 2 pi is a constant. So I upon 2 pi, what over here? 1. That is integration phi is equals to 0 to 2 pi 1 d phi. So what is over here? I upon 2 pi, that is phi 0 to 2 pi. So what is this? Is equals to I upon 2 pi minus 0. So here it is I upon 2 pi. So this 2 pi is cancelled. So is equals to I. So finally you prove that is h bar into dl bar is equals to I. So this one is the Ampere-Circuital law and the proof of the Ampere-Circuital law. Okay, now what is the key point of this topic? Okay, the key point is that the path enclosing the direct current I need not be a circular, and it may be any irregular shape. The law does not depend on the shape of the path, but the path must be enclosed. So this one is the key point. Thank you.